Hey, if you are here, if you're watching this, you have made a really sacred decision for your life, for your future, for your past versions of self that have brought you this far. And it's truly an honor that you're trusting me. And I want to just hold you in safety because this is a journey home. Every part of my offerings, all of my offerings are a journey home. You know, I did not know what it was like to be safe in my body. I didn't even know what peace was. Like, I was taught about peace at church. I was taught, you know, just do these things and you'll be successful. And it always just left me depleted, burnt out. Like I was barely keeping my head above water. I would have panic attacks and spirals, and I would hide everything behind closed doors. No one knew that I was suffering the way I was. And I am here to create a safe space that I wish I had when I did not know how to speak up about it. I'm here to say the things that maybe you don't even know how to express yet because there's so much chaos. I'm here to rebuild love, and I want to invite you on this amazing journey. And I don't want you to, it's not about me, it's about you. It's about you. I want you to come with me, but I want you to use your voice. I want you to use your gifts. I want you to fully know it's safe to see yourself. That your flaws are even safe here. And I'm a girl that, like, I'm a woman now. Yes, like we're going from princesses and princesses to kings and queens in this space. You are here to rise up in all of who you were created to be. You are here to be all the parts of you that you've hidden away, that you've suppressed in order to just survive and protect yourself. It is safe to be seen here. But I was once someone that couldn't leave my bed because I was full of insecurity, chronic pain, gut issues. And it's all because I suppressed emotional trauma in my body and I did not even know it was happening. And I want to just give a little bit of a context basis of why I care so much about the body. You cannot just think your way out of trauma. And so many of you are coming into this space and you've worked so hard on healing. You want to be out of this pain, but you cannot just heal with mindset alone. It's partly why I'm also here and passionate about what I do, because I had my master's in counseling. I had written a book, and no one told me that trauma sits in your body too. So I want to give some context because it's really important to me that you understand yourself and why you have these emotional roller coasters, why the inner turmoil and you can't just get out of it, why all the self-help books and affirmations and just working on your mindset isn't enough. So, you know, just open up to receive some awareness here, some understanding. Let me know if you have any questions, but just the awareness of this is going to help you shift things. So your body holds your trauma, but your body also holds how to heal you. So I want to just walk you through whether you've had trauma in childhood repeatedly or just a bully once. You have something suppressed in your body unless you had regulation at the time of the event that happened to you, which most of us did not. Most of our parents did not have the emotional awareness that, hey, my kid just went through something, they need regulation. And kudos to you if you're a parent in this space and you're wanting to change your family. Oh, thank you for being here. Thank you for wanting to make a change. But yeah, I just want to give some context to this because it can be confusing. And it's okay if you don't know this. I did not know when I had my master's in counseling. You don't know until you know. I didn't know until I was in bed with chronic pain, acne all over my face, hated myself in the mirror, and I said to myself, this cannot be the rest of my life. I want to be actually happy. And I was doing all the things on the outside to be happy, but I was faking it. I would wake up with panic attacks. I wasn't sleeping. I was on all this medication to sleep since I was age 7. I was always on edge of like, what's the next bad thing that's going to happen to me? So I want to explain this to you. Trauma is definitely an overused word on the internet. I'm sure you see it with a lot of coaches out there. I want to make a difference in this space. I'm very outside of the box, but I want to give you guys a very I want to give you a tool that will actually give you a solution. This is not just another Band-Aid fix with me. I care about healing you at the root, not just let's just get by. No, when you work with me, it is about getting to the root of the problem. The healing happens when you get to the root. If you've been sitting in therapy for years and you're just having coping mechanisms, there is something much greater than that, and it is called safety in your body. So if any of this, if you're in this space already, if any of this relates to you, you know, it is because there's a part of you that's still not safe, okay? When you come into this world, you are safe, usually, unless you're born right into a family of trauma. But when you look at a child, right, they're innocent, they're pure, they're just like full of love, they're imaginative, they create, they come in with clothes that are just, they don't even go together, but they love it, right? And then when we have trauma, it really dictates it changes our identity. It impacts us so much. And so, you know, like I had a psychotherapist say to me once, Sarah, how are you not in a closet drinking yourself away every day for what happened to you? And it is because I learned how to regulate my body. So stick with me for a few more minutes here. It's important that you know this. So let's just say, I'll use something so that it doesn't trigger you too much, but each of you, if you're here, you have trauma. You wouldn't be in this space if you didn't. You were pulled into this for a reason. And, you know, trauma can be something like your parents abused you in horrifying ways, or it could be you witnessed something from someone not even in your family. Your family might be really, really safe. Your parents might have been very emotionally safe for you. But a lot of the times, you know, it's just you witnessed something traumatic from someone else and then you didn't know how to regulate yourself. So I'm going to use an example. Let's just say, I'm actually going to use a client's example. I know I think I shouldn't do that because it's kind of confidential. So for the sacredness of her, I'm not going to use her. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to use my own example, even though it might be a little bit triggering. So what would happen a lot of the times when I was younger and my parents were still living in the same house, my dad would, you know, break things and get very violent, very angry. It was like he turned into a monster overnight, like something snapped in him. He would just in a split second need to break something. I was 4, my brothers were 2. Very, very frightening. No child should have to grow up in that. The home should be a safe place for a child to be nurtured, but a lot of us did not have that, right? So my dad would be very violent. He would break things, and then even to take it one step further, what he would do is he would then cry and then make my brothers and I comfort him. So there's 2 pieces of the trauma here. Him being violent and us being terrified. I grew up protecting my brothers. I feel like I became a parent at a very, very young age. Already that is a trauma. So let's just, you know, the panic that goes inside of my body when that happened, and you guys can translate that for you, it's panic. And so your body goes into a fight or flight numb state to protect you. It's like, oh, heightened awareness. What do I need to do to survive? Even at age 4. And so because I didn't have a parent to help me regulate after this, my body never actually got out of the trauma. I might have gone to bed that night. He might not have been explosive for a few weeks, whatever it was, but my body actually stayed in the panic mode. So just note that, okay? So if you had something like that happen where your body went into panic mode, if you did not regulate, your body suppresses a lot. And that is why getting into your body and doing this nervous system activation tool on the cellular level is so key. Now, a second part of that example is, it is disgusting behavior. I'm going to use that word. When a parent, it is not just trauma, it is manipulation to then make your child comfort you. And that parent is never a source of safety. You can never rely on them. That teaches you, and this is where the trauma patterns get fostered, where now you're an adult and you're having all these patterns where you can't get out of toxic relationships, or you keep attracting or allowing in, money issues or just chaos, right? It shows up and it also shows up in your body with autoimmune diseases, chronic pain, gut issues, bowel issues is like the number one thing. Constant insecurity, always watching your back, terrified that something wrong is going to happen, thinking you are wrong, you're not good enough. All of that got fostered for an example of your parent manipulating you like that. So it taught me that I always have to be in defense mode. It taught me that people can withhold love. It taught me that I have to give and comfort people who treat me poorly, and so many other things. I want you guys, there's so many things connected to this. And you guys, I'm specifically recording this for the Mother Wounds Uprooted course and for the masterclass on mother wounds. But you guys can translate this because, some of you, your moms were abusive like this, or your moms were so unhappy because they were stuck in the abuse with this, and you witnessed your mom unworthy. You witnessed, my mom did the best she could. She gave us such a beautiful home after we finally escaped that, but she lived every day with hidden depression and unworthiness. I never knew what poverty was like, but I knew what unworthiness was like. And so, I had issues with my bank account. I was broke when I started this. I kept denying myself love and going, I've got to withhold safety. And this is the thing, because home was unsafe, you actually withhold love for yourself. You hold it way out there because it's like, if I actually let safety and love in, it's going to be taken away from me. And so that plays out in adulthood in so many different scenarios. And so the work that you have this is the most sacred, potent gift you can ever give yourself, because you are finally moving into completion. You're finally moving into completion. You're finally giving your inner child the thing that your parents couldn't when you work with me. So I want you to have this understanding, because it's really important for you to understand that your body has not moved into completion. So we do what is called a nervous system activation tool, where we actually slow down with a very simple breath work. We go into your inner child. You get to comfort your inner child. And then we bring you back into your reality state, where every single time you do my nervous system tool, you are regulating your system, and it shifts everything. It is the missing link that you need to build confidence, to build abundance, to create what you actually want to create, to have the love in your life, to have people that value you. This is why I say your body is meant to guide you, not your trauma, because when you haven't done this work, the past stories, the past emotions, they are dictating your future, and it feels very insecure. And I want you to have a secure future. It is so possible. I wake up so happy. And I have human challenges. I have stress, but it's acute. And what I mean by that is it only lasts the short amount of time of, I'll use the example, when I got pulled over by a police car because I was speeding for the first time. It was a stressful event. I was nervous. What is this going to mean? But it didn't linger, right? When we have trauma sitting in our bodies, it has lingered for years. And so, things get built up. And so your body holds this. You can't think your way out of trauma, because trauma is an emotional event, and your emotions actually flow through your body. So yes, mindset is so important. Some of you are struggling with an inner critic that is passed down to you from your parents, who criticized themselves, that demonstrated that in order to have money, they had to, judge themselves and belittle themselves. So we want to work on mindset, of course, but here's the difference. When you go into your body and move into the completion and regulate your body out of the trauma response, you then tell your brain how to think. Some of you are having panic attacks, and then you're trying to think your way into calmness, and you can't. You'll be constantly fighting yourself, because this is another key aspect. When you had the trauma, the traumatic event, whatever happened to you, and there's no comparison with trauma, okay? If you had sexual abuse, or if you witnessed someone else having the trauma, it matters, okay? It matters, and it's impacting you, and we want to shift that. You matter to me. Whatever happened to you, there's no, oh, her trauma was worse than mine. No. Own what happened to you, okay? But here's the thing is, when that traumatic experience happened to you, your body shuts down and you start to only live from your head. That's why it's so exhausting. So this work is also about connecting. We want the mind and the body and the spirit to be connected. This is what you need. All right, I'm going to leave it here. This is enough explanation for now about why the body is so important. If you have any other questions, please message me, because it's important that you know. I want you to understand. I'm sending you so much love, because this is the work that you need. And I am so honored. I wish I had this, and it took me years before I knew that this was a thing. And you guys are going to start shifting things within such at a faster rate, but we're not putting any pressure on it. Slow is fast. Your trauma was complex. Your trauma was full of panic. Please do not make your healing journey full of complexity. It gets to be simple. It gets to be calm. And allow this to be the first step of, I'm not going to withhold love for myself. It is safe to receive this. It is so safe to receive this healing. All right, I'll continue to see you inside, and I'm so excited for the life that opens up, because it's always been your life. It gets to be really good. These get to be the best years of your life going forward. I love you so much, and I'm so glad you're here.